I am so excited we get them back on Split for the rematch, though, because they did test each other. They pushed each other to the max. Sentinels had things that could take Sadak out of Vent, yada, yada. We get to see it all in play right now. Oh, QCK straight up to Vent to start.
They are quick. Again, no pun intended. Damn it.
You're trying, you're trying.
Trying to take control now towards the A tower, and it's a late split for Loud as well. You see both Les and Kawanzine holding passively towards the A main, seeing no pressure. They can once again take control of A Heaven, and then maintaining A Heaven control has been the name of the game on this very map in this meta. Still a player holding towards the back of the site though. Zelsis is hiding behind the map through two cages, through an orb. A Snakebite gives his position away, trying to look for a trap through this trip. But it's Kawanzine that breaks it, runs through, and scores first. A 1-for-1 though, as Tens is low on HP. Spike finally going down as Sasi is on that flank on the A main. Les has fallen, so the control on the A Heaven is going to be a little bit more difficult, especially when Tuis falls. Giving an opportunity for Sentinels to bombard utility. Nades and a flash. Trades off towards the back. Fault line not able to come out as 10 swings from the elbow, and Sentinels win a pistol.
Sentinels take the pistol. A lot going on in that round. Loud, very confident in their movement. Nice find to be able to get all the way through vents towards A Heaven, and Waterfall in. And then comes again the SEN retake. They gather together, able to take out the sides, extremities, and basically everybody meets towards the top side of site for that flash from Sasi to come in. 2 from Heaven, 1 screen. But they are patient on that retake. And a big play there as well, insight from Zelsis, to be able to even deny those few seconds, allow the B rotation to be a little bit closer so they are in position there. It took them a bit to get Zelsis out of the site. 1-4 here. Loud will slow work their wall up here towards the vent area, I believe. Sasi says not so quick.
A Sixth Sense gets the pick. That's a Sky down for the attack, but Fault Line pushes him away. Les, meanwhile, did get an entry to trade it back towards the top of Heaven. So Sasi's in a tough spot, but he's been good in this very spot before. Trying to isolate a 1v1 as Kawanzine and his teammate pushes in. Double shot and even a 145 damage.
Oh my gosh.
Sheriff and the snake fight. Good shots coming out, but the utility's even better for Sentinels to answer right back. That spike down out in the open, 1 versus 3, but Tuis does have a Sheriff. Zelsis is low, Zekin is low. This is doable.
Sunset deja vu with that nade. Oh my word. And really nicely done, because I'm sure John Cutie said, somebody's destroying my trips in B. Let's just hit whoever is in sight. So those mollies and grenades, a very high chance to be hitting their target, and that they did. But what can Tuis do here? 2 one-shots, and he has to connect with John Cutie twice if it's not the head.
He had a lot of time to work with. A minute on the clock before he made it towards the line of scrimmage of the A side, but a camera refresh for John Cutie, allowing for them to get ready for a triple swing on a contact. Tui's still looking to move forward. 18 seconds left on the clock. There's that contact. There's one on one end, but was not ready for a second on the top of Heaven.
You see what these rounds mean, though? Yeah, while there was the win there, John even wanted to drop those weapons, and the win would have been the big W. SEN not letting it happen again, though, able to pick up that round. Still losing a few members, though, so not too bad. Loud still do some chip damage to that economy, and now we'll see full Vandal buy across the board for them if they can start to take this. Wanting more. They're saying, just give me a few more. They know they need it here against Sentinels.
Which is surprising too that Loud decided to pick the attack side first. Yeah. Sentinels very strong defensive halves on this map.
Screen down.
So now they have to try to work something. Getting a plant maybe would have helped them a little bit more in the further rounds, but at least they still have a gun round now. 3rd round on the board for Split, but 10's long range with the Stinger. Laser beams QCK. Wow. Allows Sentinels to get the power play.
That was like, oh, they're still going to be. I was going to say, that's a trap play to mid, but it really only needed the smoke to drop and 10s to be there. They were all ready to back him up, though, if it need be. Now the rotation back to a bit of a 3-2.
Yeah, that's something that probably Brendan would say. They have 10s! They have 10s!
And they do. I mean, just pushing out with a Stinger as well, knowing you're going against the full buy round, didn't even phase him. Knows he can hit that headshot, get the aim punch, and finish it. as it were. Paranoia still there if they want to play the retake more so. And they are going to find A being a little troublesome here as Loud takes the site.
He missed the snake bite, so Saucy has to fight alone. Finally, Zelsis swings out, doesn't care about being vulnerable. That's a 1-for-1, but the advantage is still for Sentinels. Less than Tui's. They've done this before at a disadvantage. The first one to fall is Saucy.
Ooh.
Almost gets that tap in. 1 HP. Pain Shells once again. Is it a touchdown? But Tens doesn't care. Swings in for the kills with the Stinger. First and last 2 kills of this round. As Sentinels win the bonus.
Man, Tens picking up. You're not even gonna say, oh, he's for the ultimate. No, Tens is just heating up. That's as good as having an ultimate all the time. And he is cleaning up with that Stinger. Opening kill on the round, final 2 kills on the round. Tens is let loose right now. A low buy again for Loud here. And they have not had a good time once they get to the site, Vansili. It seems like Loud needs to figure out a way again to start chip damaging Sentinels before they get to the site. Get this utility out of their hands because the retake is just too strong. Okay, ramp control here for Loud. Just try and pressure, try and get Sentinels to move, dislodge them from the original starting spots. And coming up from the vent, could get a kill here onto Zelsis.
Or the drops and Zelsis goes back up. There's a smoke for him to hide behind the Viper wall. Makes it out of safety, so the timing's out, but at least a Stinger through 2 smokes puts Zelsis down.
That's crazy, Vance. Sentinels, oh, nice shot into Tens.
Yeah, that's crazy. Sentinels are losing players with a buy here. From Loud, a lower buy that they have. Finally, the anchor towards the back of the site. Swings for 2. Sadak looking to trade it out. QCK was there.
2v3.
Looking for a timing. Made it through, but QCK falls a 2v2. 40 seconds left on the clock. Spike is still up, so they actually managed to take it back and move forward. But John Cuty's right on the top. Cutie not allowing Loud to leave anywhere else.
As Rob Moore would say, this kid can frag. Holy moly, and he does. Calling the shots, fragging the shots as well. And the interesting thing I wanted to mention about that round, Sentinels used that exact strategy to kill Sadak when he had a judge in vent the last time they played. So Loud's like, oh, this strat? Let's do it. 4 up ramp, 1 through mid. Zelsis gets out. And Sentinels still find a way to come up with a round, even with a cheeky little trap play there from Loud. All right. Loud has been collecting these timeouts once they have Rolling Thunder a bit. A few ultimates to use here. How do they procure the W, though, on the next round? Saucy, as much as Sen want to play back, they can. Again, you're going to have your cabbages going out whenever you want. Seekers are going to find Loud, and they could take 40 seconds into the round. Sentinels will still be comfortable knowing they have the right position. So Loud really trying to figure out what can we do to get Seekers out? How can we work the map so it doesn't affect us? Maybe that audible, maybe the Sadak mid round here gonna come into play now that we're back on a full buy and a chance for Loud to get back in. Very reminiscent of Sunset. Sen is starting so hot on these maps and Loud is calling an early timeout. Rinse and repeat here, deja vu.
Exactly. Money bought all the way down. Ultimates to work with, full armor. This is a heavy investment for Loud this time around and an opportunity to swing it back in their favor. They lose this one here, potentially Sentinels could take a 6, 7-0 lead.
Another
You don't want
handful.
that to snowball for Sentinels.
Yeah.
Looking how things starts off though, when we look at this Rolling Thunder, they're not really trying to set something quick. Even Spike is dropped, trying to avoid flashes at the beginning of the round. Wall comes up on the attack. There's no answer for Sentinels. So for Sentinels, they're staying quiet on their positions of where they're trying to hold the A site.
Yeah, they have options, right? They're keeping Kawazine in a nice fault line position. They can go for ramp if they need to in a bit, or they can go for something else. We see that fault line coming back off a cooldown, so it wasn't an initial push from Sentinels, giving safety here to both Sadak and Les. So that's one guiding light, one trailblazer now used over towards the right side of this map. I think this might activate your B side. A little start to walk in. They just get the cam.
And they pressure on both ends. So they're actually didn't even break the cam yet for Loud, but it did
Oh,
the
that's
smoke,
true.
and actually the Trailblazer came up, and that's actually quite crazy because not only did the camera didn't break, the Trailblazer did not break the trip, but it got pinged out here by Sadak as he dogged up. So Loud's gonna have to be ready once they start hitting a site. If they want to split towards the A site through this Rolling Thunder, just get ready so you can break this trip and not get sprayed by Zekin's position.
Loud are really trying to get the Seekers out right now, and Saucy is not giving it. Here we go for the Rolling Thunder into the site. It's gonna still be the retake from Sens.
30 seconds
The
left.
flash in the Seekers does not allow to get QCK's kill on Saucy, but swings out still for that one.
Good
Second
cleanup.
on the top of the Heaven site to
the
drop
spike.
2 of his own. Spike let it get picked up once again. Nice shot by Les. A second one of the second, turning it around back in favor of Loud. It's only Zelsis by himself. First contact against QCK. And there's that second swing from Tui's. Not hunting down towards the Heaven side, but Loud definitely, instead of playing protocols, just want to fight.
They had to at that point. I mean, as the clock runs down, you don't get much more room to work. You're gonna have to go, and you're gonna have to accept that Seekers will find that out. Great push through. Flashed and denied by Seekers. Loud still get the ground they need and are finally able to push forward out of the site. Not allow Sen that setup that they've been getting. Unfortunate. 4-1 now. Loud feeling good though. Very fortunate for them. Ultimate for QCK, just one away here if they can focus an orb. And definitely a light at the end of the tunnel to start grabbing more rounds. Obviously a buy here for Sen. They had quite a bit of money to go through with those first 4 rounds. And this is a default we see Loud go to a lot. They'll set up in this 2-2-1. QCK will now push up towards the vent. Sadak behind, but they don't have time.
What a read here by Sentinels. Showstopper does not get any kills yet, though. You saw the idea out from Loud, but we'll hold that thought for a bit. Paranoia for Loud to try to re-engage for control inside Garage. And finally, as it slows down, you can see it. The Trailblazer came out from Sadak, and he just waited at the corner with this dog up towards middle, hoping to bait the Showstopper out towards middle. But then Sentinels like, hey, no, we're going to take the extremity instead, and almost caught a few off that Showstopper.
Everybody trying to flip the timing right now. Sadak, oh my gosh. Oh, he's being watched.
3 players are looking back. They knew the orb was coming down. Sadak finally spotted, and he's in heavy trouble.
Yeah.
Easy pickings here for Zekin as Don Cutie's anchoring towards the back of the site.
30
Cage
seconds
coming out,
left.
trying to get the hat out.
One enemy remaining.
Beatboxing around the map here as the rest of his team is able to clean it up from behind.
Just Cypher walk around there, trying to find his hat, trying to find a body. But he just could not. He just couldn't find that nook. All right, 5-1 as we come up on to round 7. Zekin 9-2-1. I feel like there has been a lot of showstoppers out of Zekin just this series. Pressuring it. That one from Loud really well absorbed. Understanding that would go into mid or from B main. They could rotate back around to mid. But Sentinels just seem to have the read after the initial play again.
Zekin's been a nuisance towards the top of that A Heaven side. And Loud can't seem to really push him away from that spot. And as they try to go for control towards the A ramp, this time a slight change of pace. Ten's trying to play that aggressive position up towards the A ramp. Doesn't even care about the satchels. And QCK falls as well. So you see sometimes it's aggressive from Loud, sometimes it's slow on the A ramp. And even the positioning is well read from how Sentinels want to play it. Ten's and Zekin known for anchoring quite well on that A Heaven side.
Cover going out.
Already. Loud working numbers down here. Sentinels is not making anything easy for Loud. I think this is what we see from Sen, right? If we had Tens on bind, they'd be pushing extremities everywhere. The Sen comp for split means they stay back. They crowd together, they retake together. Being able to flip styles and identities like that, I think makes Sentinels so strong. And hard for teams to read that aggression.
Oh, the trip across 2 easy ones for Saucy.
Shut down A.
Saw the idea there, and that Lake Lurk
30 seconds
not
left.
going to do too much. Okay, at least that kill onto John Cutie, winning that fight. Rare moment there for the IGL of Sentinel sign. You definitely see here with 18 seconds left. Phantom in hand. They're just going to try to save it. But the idea for Loud was trying to go for just
10
basic
seconds
utility,
left.
hit that A side. The one pesky trip, not breaking that utility from the John Cutie side on that A site, allowing the anchor player of Saucy so good. Back of sight, flower pots.
Yeah.
hell, like he's so good in all of these rounds that we've seen Sentinels play. Their defensive side on split so far.
If we think back just to the round Zekken blasted into B main, we were almost about to talk about Loud setting up their default again, right? Partially through the round, Loud want to set up a default. It's kind of telling to just look at that scenario and say,
Seconds left.
Sentinels doesn't want Loud to do default anything. They're not giving Loud time to default anything or get the benefit of defaulting anything. They are really messing with how Loud approaches the game here. One of them is just staying back, staying safe, and making the retake that much stronger. So Loud try to put the game in their hands. One of our first fast blast packs up here, that was facilitated by Kalenzin's breach fault line.
Staying alert, staying safe, and
That's
this
what they
time to
need.
swing towards heaven. Even though you had the same type of conditioning that it's Zekken
Yeah.
out there outside that window of the A side. This time it was Tens trying to hold it out, but you saw the crosshair placement from Loud side. Instant entry and advantage for the attack.
Slow play, denial, delay right now coming in. Just so Loud can't complete the strategy they want, but they're also happy to see some of this util from Sentinels, lessening the power that they're going to have to deal with as they enter A site. It looks like it might be a commit to B. Oh, no, okay, we see Kalensin start trolling down the sewers and the rotation back over.
Toxins going up.
Yeah, they're definitely gambling this rotate back towards that B side. Seekers coming out just to keep those players anchored inside B. That's going to make it difficult for Zelsis. Couldn't find any surprise kills. No trap coming across on this B side hold. I was going to say potentially they're going to try to save their weapons here, but look at that
30
instant
seconds
rotate
left.
back from Sentinels. 27 seconds left. And Zelsis is trying to find a timing.
Toxin screen down.
This is it. They crowd together. All the power in one spot from screens.
They still have a dog and a flash, so that's going to help them get information. And already preemptive utility
Good delay.
used by Loud for the pulse plant. There's the Yakuza shot coming through, forcing a dog to fall back.
Yep.
There's that flash to swing out, and QC gets the first pick. That's
it's safe.
definitely going to be for the last two to save.
It's kind of like you first. Never mind. We don't want any of that. Loud. What a quick round by them, but let's look at how they took it. It is one of theirs. A spray from Les, that opens up. That's a 5v4 that's legit. Another spray coming through the smoke isn't something you can replicate, but the speed Loud took on that round is what kind of gets Sentinels off kilter there. Loud can do that again, so definitely seeing that speed is playing to their favor. QCK is going to have ultimate after this, so off the rip, we might get it again from Loud, and I think that's the way they should go.
And I love that slight adjustment from Loud. A simple just push towards that window side, because when you're looking at where the anchor player towards the A side, usually Sasi, is just waiting towards the back of the map, playing behind the trip, so you don't really have too much presence on screens or elbow. So they just want to gamble it there when the wall comes down for Loud to get the pick, and the gamble pays off. For Sentinels, are you going to try to readjust on this? And it starts off early. I mean, Sasi's already at the entrance here, looking to potentially flash for info. As a knock comes out for the first time too, and we talk about that line of sight, right? And look at Tens. Instead of being towards the E heaven, he's opting out down the straight line from screens towards the entrance of that A site.
There's a check, making sure the Viper wall that just went up and down from Les did not provide any movement. A 1-3-1. A lot of options for Loud here. They can actually call any audible they want. A very flowing strat to go through vent or B main here, or mail rather.
Yeah, Mail has a lot of utility, looking to get that showstopper out for control. Denied right away. What? Gets two.
What? There was like a
Second
from the grave.
Is insane.
What?
One straight bullet probably before he fell down.
Seriously, yeah.
Boom, that's two down, and already the pit out on the defense. Although Loud is still trying to commit into this. Spike is still up on the back of Sadak. Zels is holding behind here, the double box. Trying to wrap around, waiting for the tap of the Spike. Three players just trying to clear out the pit, and it never checked that corner. So everybody's dwindling down on HP.
Left.
Now the plant comes down. Zelsis still holds it, giving a chance here for Sentinels to rotate across. Even a hat comes out. There's that kill from Zelsis. They spot the last two players. The lurk is not even going to work.
Player standing.
Last one now pinged out. 2 E's on the top of B heaven. The flash to swing. The defuse is starting, and the kill comes in for John Cutie.
In a-
7-2.
A round you can chalk up to New Jersey's finest. Oh, what a double kill from Heaven. Zekin's season has been unreal right now. They talked about him on the desk in between game 1 and 2. He has been putting up numbers, but also you put him in situations where you should see a player going down with no kills. He'll come up with 2. He'll come up with the unreal play. And it's just wearing away at Loud that they can't get past this kind of stuff right now.
Flick of the day.
Flick of the day. I'm gonna bring it back for something like that, honestly. Operator still there. Sentinels feeling very much in control of this game, receiving each one of Loud's strats so far. So what is next? Tui's gets the op. We got double Omen Operator on the map right now. Less with the ult if they can gain ground into a site, and maybe even try to flex with it to put it down first.
And that's rare too. Usually it's used on the defensive side for
Whoa.
QCK, and Tui's makes that work though. Once again, a high gamble that pays off for a power play for Loud, but they still have to go through some heavy firepower of Sentinels here. But Tens is alone towards the A side, only has that op to work with. A push down from Zelsis, so we're trying to go for, again, those one and dones. Hoping to get 2, hoping to get information as well.
I think he gets a mid lurk. They go all the way around. Loud is being very safe here.
I think Zelsis just turned, so he might have heard him across.
Got that little step.
Yeah.
If they make any noise on ramp, he'll know.
There you go. Allows Tens to inch out a little bit more. Get that pick. Zekin to join him towards the back of the site. There's a second shot there. And he's been good in this position as well.
30 seconds
Paranoid
left.
on both ends, not allowing the push forward. A TP backwards as well. But then finally, QCK and Les comes in. They traded out 2 versus 2. Zelsis too far to throw the snake bites down to deny the plant. John Cutie to meet up with him as Les gets the ult out to control the elbow, and both moving towards the screen.
That's a wild amount of ultimate right there. Pushed out a bit because of the column, giving him much more room to play with here. What do they have? 2. They could Viper Bite elbow and try to make their way in, watching just the entrance to site from the top side here.
But that boom bot gives a clue here. Oh, that players are coming across the wall bang after. But the second one is nowhere to be found.
Silly.
They're just sticking the spike right now, and Celsius will get the defuse.
At the beginning of this map, we said Sentinels somehow gets these in-sight sticks on the defuse. They take the site with members of the opposing team still alive to force them out of their position where they feel safe. That was out of the ultimate. And I think Loud also predicted they might find some utility at elbow. Both swing out middle site, and that's all they wrote. Sentinels stick to defuse again. It's becoming all too common. And they get the round. 8-2 now for Sentinels. It's not the same comeback that Sunset had for Loud, that's for sure.
I feel that there's a moment of pressure there for Loud too on that 2v2.
Ouch.
Well, hold
Ouch.
on, though. It's a beautiful fall. And Celsius once again using
Incredible.
proving that the fault line is cosmetics. QCK falls for this heavy pressure that Loud is trying to get towards middle. Sentinels are crunching back in, looking to fight back. Sadak is stuck behind the box as Satchel's coming out. Celsius with a jump kill. Doesn't care, twerks away.
Sentinels is not allowing Loud to play the game right now. Continuously pushing up, finding their own fights. Pushing Loud out of their own strategies constantly. Here to reset, try again, less. Mechanically gifted, ready to open up on any members that peek, but Sentinels stay hunkered down, trading each other and ready on these hard angles. Look at even all the way out of A. At this point, usually you have members anchored in sight, but they're not giving Loud any opportunities.
Exactly, they got active information. The camera's watching everything from A main and also towards Heaven. They just flashed towards the garage as well, coming out from Saucy. So now the only positions that they could think of is
30
mid
seconds left.
vents or rotate back towards A main, holding outside of the radius of that camera. It's not going to be easy for Loud to take position, so you already see it still anchoring up now towards the middle.
Yeah, this
or
is
giving
a
up
save.
this round. Yep.
Save for sure. Knowing the ultimates are there, Zekin could easily just pop in. It seems like he has ults on rerun right now, just more in his pocket
10
once he
seconds
uses
left.
it. And go ahead.
Which gives me an opportunity to talk a little bit about that pressure I was talking about and falling on those slight mistakes. It was a 2v2 where they boombot outside of their own pit to give their positions away. And that's something that they're going to have to clean up here if they want to play against a Sentinels that looks so polished this kickoff in this year, in this season of the VCT Americas.
I don't think we've seen it before, but it's uncommon to see a team be able to play to their win conditions so much and not have it affected really at all by their opponent. They're able to switch something so slightly and it keeps the flow going. Look at that. That's Mance. Mance getting a head scratch right there. It's a cute cat. All right. There's some lore for you as we get back into the game. Final round here. Can Loud pick up a third one and stave off a quick 2 rounds or 3 if Sen can grab pistol the second half? Are we gonna explode?
Exactly, a rare full-out explosion towards the B side.
Yeah.
Sentinels just holding back, using the camera, looking to pressure up, trap towards the male instead. Plant coming down for B main. Seekers out as well. Instant retake attempt. QCK surprises one, but second comes out with a showstopper following. The Seekers gets denied. Les is out towards the pillar, gets a pick. Look at that TP for the flank from Toomies as well. Things are looking good here for Loud on the post plant. A high-low stack now towards the dumpster. Paranoia and Flash coming through. The high-low is good for that first pick. 10's looking to trade it back. Looking left and right through the Viper War to get the pick. But John Cutie now in a clutch situation. Remember that TP I talked about before? Not even needed this time around. Kawazine winning his 1v1, allowing the half to finish 9-3.
They finally get that third round, and it is a huge one. Sentinels had the read the whole time. It took Loud everything they had in the tank to get these rounds, to hold the site, to get themselves the victory there. And we could see just in the final rounds how Sentinels would make Loud work for it over and over. We're not seeing Loud dive in off the back of QCK, and Sentinels know that. QCK isn't getting these huge blasts, and it requires the team, and it's been tough for them.
When I know that, we have Loud fans who are loud in the back, but you know who's louder than that? Smix with Mama and Grandma Zekin.
Thank you very much, Ben Silly. I'm so lucky to be standing here with 2 superwomen who are responsible for our superstar duelists on the Sentinels in Zekin. To my left, I have Grandma Zekin, and to my right, I have Mama Zekin. Grandma Zekin, it's such a pleasure to have you here.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure to watch the 2 unfavorable team, the Loud and Sentinel. They are good.
This has been such an amazing match. How cool is it for you to not only see the team perform so well, and of course not only see Zekin do so well, but to also see so many fans in the audience that have your grandson's face on the signs, his name?
Maybe I'm the oldest audience here because I think Zachary at the age of 3, I'm playing with him. The bowling, the tennis, and everything. Yep. And then the other one, Minecraft and everything. Pokemon.
So you heard it here first. If you want to have a superstar grandson, play games with them at the starting the age of 3. Mama Zekin, before we let you guys go, I heard you talking about how important this game means, not just again for your son, but of course for the Sentinels to make it to their first global event in years. What would it mean for you to see them make it?
We're very proud of Sentinels and the whole North America. For me, we love Sentinels since day one. All the fans, let's go USA! Woo!
Let's go USA! Ben, Silly, and Riv, back to you guys.
Of course, gonna let that breathe a bit. Of course, Sentinels chance. The fans behind Sentinels, and yeah, I'm probably gonna get those games too with minivans so that I could see him play just like Zekin now. But
absolutely.
Speaking of him, 12-6 so far. The spray transfer that we saw that was sick on that first half when they were playing against the showstopper of QCK on that opener. Sentinels taking the lead now by 6, taking the attack side a split, where Loud still also has a pretty decent split side on defense. An opportunity to fight back. And the fight starts for mid control.
Look at this wall. Loud's put up. The Sentinels will have to weave through a bit if they do want to take a B-male control. Jump peaks to come through. Yeah, Sadak would love to save those guiding lights and trailblazers.
Yeah, Sentinel wins that one rather. QCK and Sadak low on that HP, and Even Sentinels resetting in the mid-round, pivoting towards this A side, but still having a couple of players lurking towards B.
Yeah. Smoke delay just coming out of Tui's there. He's going to take A ramp control just for now. And this is going to give Loud the thought that they can rotate over towards that B side. If Celsius can sell this, oh, okay, the noise is already there from A.
Yeah, that Trailblazer comes up, trying to find a timing as Tui's is spamming with his ghost through that smoke.
Good
Try to
rotation
catch
from
a
Loud.
reload, yeah. Dog finds information towards B main, but there's a beautiful flash for a double swing. And it looked beautiful as a rotate for Loud. They were looking for the pressure towards middle as well. And we mentioned 2 lurkers on Sentinel's side. John Cutie
30
punishing
seconds
that
left.
push from Loud. Already a 5 on 3. As the Satchels comes in and will have a secured plant for Sentinels in the second pistol of split.
Ooh, tough entry there. You'll get Sadak back over. No utility to get back in this one, so it's just going to be the 3 members to help with a fault line.
Yeah.
5 of Sentinel. So a quick take by Sen with a little bit of pressure around the map, knowing what rotations might be coming through and just playing this wall a little bit.
And that small pressure that you mentioned rather towards that B side kept Sadak the whole round pretty much.
It's a great
Took
point.
a couple of seconds before he actually rotated back with the rest of the team to move in
Player standing.
this A side for the attempt at the retake that will get fully denied by Sentinels, only losing Saucy in the process.
Yep. Pulling those members to anchor the site longer than they need to. Sentinels seem to have such a read on what Loud does right now. See what happens. The Sheriff here for less. Feeling pretty good with a bit of that money as we watch the replay. Just
Enemy remain.
combined retake. Get back into their spike. And Sentinels find that first round. So Loud did grab 3. It kind of takes the pressure off of losing that pistol, but it never feels good to not get the start. 2 Buckies going in for Loud here, trying to play it close to the chest and hopefully get some of these angles right on top of Sentinels. They're going to work the wall still with a bit of hesitation on the left side of the map to see if Loud wants to push.
You've been pinging it out.
Yeah, that's going to be one of their big things coming into the gun rounds if Loud cannot get extremity control.
And this is where you start understanding the play style of Loud. Lower buys that they usually have shotguns to work with. This time 2 Buckies for Kalazine and Sadak. So as soon as the fault line came out, instant wall, instant camera, just to try to spot players running through. And as nothing really happens, they're playing around this map, around the A site. It really kind of leaves Kalazine pinned here in this position. So then the pressure comes back towards less. The Trailblazer now spots Kalazine, who goes for another fault line. The long range there finally connects. Sultan take down Zekin. There's that bait, allowing Les to just swing out from the back of the map. Beautifully done for the crossfire set up for Loud. It was looking pretty good for Sentinel so far, but somehow the heroic plays comes out.
2v2.
30
QCK
seconds
and
left.
Tui's only with pistols. A plant for heaven. Both players though falling back in the back of the A site.
Poison's off.
2 flashes still available for Saucy. This still a pretty good position now for the attack pulse plant.
What a second round. Are they really going to steal this away?
Enemy remaining.
Not at this point.
No,
Only
it just
Tui's left.
dwindled.
Paranoia though might give an opportunity to isolate one, but it's a double swing right after. Nice little beat here, allowing to get the kill and at least stop the pressure that Loud was almost converting there on the Thrifty.
That got sketchy. And Sentinel's buys will still be pretty sketchy coming into this round due to those frags from Loud. But Loud needs to start securing the rounds. They're not really even able to cycle ults like we see Sentinels doing on their rounds. So the advantages aren't also coming from those factors. It is just tough for Loud to find a way in. This gun round, however, could start that momentum.
I think it was dialing all the games that Grandma Zekin was talking about here.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
The next Zekin.
Yeah. I mean, he was doing jump map before this too, just getting the vibe, getting his movement down. We know Zekin's movement is one of the prime things he's known for, so always doing that. Here he goes.
No satchels behind the flash though. Zekin couldn't get that kill, but there's that Sadak judge. Avoids it, but you saw the stun turning back, so it was a fake to turn around and actually stun him to get the kill. Beautifully done by Sentinels. Tui's now out in the open. Zekin is the one satching across with his own judge. Opening up the B site, a plant for main, 10s on the boxes, looking towards the spawn. There's only less so far, as his other teammates, well, it feels like they're leaving him for dead. They were still holding towards middle and A main as 10s picks up the kill.
It's an absolute masterclass right now from Sentinels across these two maps. Looking, the way they took Mail, let's just think about that. The Trailblazer goes through, and you think it's a Vandal that would verse a Judge, but no, Tens gets a Guardian kill on the Judge that's waiting, that did not even get stunned. Like, that is crazy. The things you think should fall to the wayside for Sen are going in their favor because they're all behind each other on these calls, and they are making it work as a team. An incredible team coming into the season.
Important kills to save now for QCK and Kawadzin, where John Cutie is moving forward with his teammates. Putting the camera up, spotting that raise, and there's that pinch from the other side too. Towards the ropes. One to fall, the second one stays alive. So at least they kept a stronger weapon alive. That's QCK, the duelist with the Vandal. But it's still map point though, nonetheless, for Sentinels.
Map point with Icebox in the mix next. See this play once again. Just after talking about how Zekin is vibing, is feeling it. He gets a nice jump and drift in there into B site to open it up with the Judge. They have so many options, so many variables. I don't think we've really seen the same round from Sen here on attack as they've been moving from that 9-3 score line.
You're hoping to get something done here with that Vandal from QCK. The Force by, of course, coming through for Loud. So the two strongest weapons is two Vandals to work with. But they're spread thin here on the defense. Thin also on utility with 1:15 left on the clock. There's no paranoia. Only one flash left from Sadak. Thankfully, Kawadzin is still there to support towards the A side with his own flashes and breach utility. So all they're trying to do right now on the A side is trying to delay with that util and go for the crossfire setup on the top of mid.
It makes sense. I mean, use your fault line to get it back, create an opportunity with it the first time, and they try to get a quick peek towards mid. So Kawadzin relying on that to be back and probably timing it just right that they'll have this A-hold as they get over to the right side of the map. It is going to be the lurk from Saucy, this vent lurk again. We keep seeing in the 1-4, and it becomes such a big kingpin for the round. Saucy fakes towards B main. Seekers are out, and they're going to start moving
30
here.
seconds left.
There it is. Oh, absolutely ridiculous. They're so far behind enemy lines. Loud doesn't even know.
Just because of that pick that allows that pick to happen for a second on the as one was falling back. Now players are falling down towards the A side. Kawadzin alone. Guardian cannot hold the doors.
10 seconds
There's
left.
only one left, 2 east. B site, Guardian as well. No flash as we mentioned. Sentinels a full roster on the post plant. It's looking like a done deal. He's even walking the whole time. They've respected Sentinels so much on these lurks, off these post plants. Just probably look to pad some stats up here. There's that first one. 10's low HP. And there's that swing out. Finally getting that last pick.